After 1,756 days, Sydney FC are back at Allianz Stadium in the Liberty A-League as they play a historic first women's game at the newly redeveloped Sydney Football Stadium. Let's have a look at how the sides line up, starting with Sydney in their first game at the new Allianz Stadium as the sides walk out now. Ishinoori wearing the captain's armband for Brisbane and Princess Abini for Sydney FC. We have a look there. Coming in, Deborah Ann Della Harp comes in for the suspended Nat Tobin. Princess Abini then gets the armband. Former Perth player Deborah Ann Della Harp making her second start in Sky Blue. Remy Simpson still on the bench after scoring the decisive goal in last week's derby as the American Madison Haley takes her place. The young Shay Holman also starting. Great for her. As for Brisbane, on the other hand, Tamar Levin comes back into the starting 11 after being dropped against Melbourne City. Herself, Kaiser Lind, Jamila Rankin and Jessie Rashart make up the back four with the impressive Hensley Handcuff wearing the gloves. Ishinoori wears the captain's armband as always, and with Katrina Gorry still out and the Brazilian Mario Hecker now injured, the 16-year-old Zara Kruger makes her first start in the Liberty A-League. Campbell Johnson here in commentary for what is a massive game at Allianz Stadium, the first of the doubleheader. Excited for it to kick off and joined by a player with over 100 caps in the Liberty A-League, Riley Dobson, in commentary for the first time. Riley, a great opportunity for Brisbane to perhaps stake their claim in this one.
Definitely is, Campbell. We've got a great game on our hands here today. Both teams have a very valuable 3 points that they can take and walk away with, and it pushes them further up the ladder.
And both sides with something to prove as well. Sydney FC, whilst having 2 wins as we are underway here in round 4 of the Liberty A-League. Sydney FC not the most convincing in those games, only 2 goals in their 2 wins. 2 goals this season coming from Remy Simpson and Madison Haley. A great battle already emerging. In Brisbane, obviously with plenty to do, but early injuries in the season have really hamstrung their start to the campaign. Looks like Jessie Rashart now starting in at left back. Jamila Rankin inside, sorry.
No, look, we did have a chat about this, and we did anticipate that Rankin would be at the centre-back role. That's where she's been most of this season. I was hoping that she'd start outside at that left-back spot. It's where she plays at her best, but we'll see how she goes. She's learning a new role, so she can only exceed from here.
Jessie Rashart in at left-back, didn't start the first 2 games of the season. Tamar Levin started the campaign at left-back, the young 18-year-old. Abini, the captain now. Well done by Jamila Rankin there. Able to come across and cut it out. Thwart the attack from Charlie's Rule. But Sydney do gain a corner from it. And what a stadium this is. Allianz, arguably the best in the country.
If they're smart here, they won't put it smack bang on top of Handcuff. She's dominant.
6'3" American. Hawkesby delivering towards the back post. Bar out. Haley striking off the woodwork. Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Still alive for Sydney. Hawkesby all the way over the top, and you heard the reaction from Riley Dobson, heart in mouth.
This is why I said that she's such a dangerous player. Most females are not able to head a ball from there. They're not going to attack it from there. She has, and she's shown how dangerous she was. Handcuff had barely even moved off the line.
Handcuff will be thanking the post there, but Abini trying to play it back now. And go out for a goal kick, corner as it were. And we have another look back here. Hawkesby driving it in, and what a volley there, Riley Dobson.
I thought it was a head initially, so that's how quickly that's happened. But
down the line, only into Charlie's Rule there. Sarah Hunter, fairly aimless throw-in from Jessie Rashart, as it were. But Brisbane come away with it. Larissa Crummer bursting forward now with assistance as well. Ishinoori back on the pitch. Great ball for Shay Connors. Can she cut inside or strike, and just wedges it over?
This is what I've been saying about Shay. She's got all the potential in the world. It just comes down to that last decision. She had a lot of space in front of her. This is when she needs to make that decision of, as you can look, we'll watch the replay here. Crummer's made a great ball to Norrie. Norrie's slotted it through. It's been a great run pass. Now here is when she just needed to have a look, take a touch inside, and then have the shot.
McLean going long now. It's a great ball. Abini coming out, hung handcuff, if you will. Not the cleanest of clearances. It was a great idea from Sydney.
Goalkeepers, they always stress me out when they come out. Honestly, it's either going to be a red card or I see a shank so often. Look, the good old shin. Who doesn't love a shinny?
If she hadn't come out, though, Abini's in on goal.
She had to do it, and it was the right thing. You know, it wasn't clean or pretty, but it got the job done. But, oh, it stresses me out when I see so many of the keepers. But back to the game.
She did, of course, give away a penalty in round 1 against Newcastle. Was lucky not to be sent off from that one. And then...
Oh, look, that's the joys of being a keeper. Sometimes you have to make these decisions. Great touch by Courtney Vine there.
Hawkesby teeing up Hunter. Hunter just waiting for the cavalry to arrive. Fenton. Touch leads her into traffic, but still alive for Sydney. Here's Haley.
Just couldn't get through there.
A sea of orange shirts thwart the attack. Madison Haley looking promising so far in this game, but yet to make a breakthrough. Abini. Fryer tracking back left now for Haley striking. Sydney open it. And who else but the American, Madison Haley.
I did say that she was going to be their major threat. And can we also still point out the fact Princess Abini set that up from the right-hand side. So she's been switched to the left. She's come out here and she's proved a point. But great finish, low and hard in the corner, and makes it impossible for a keeper.
Madison Haley with her second goal of the season, and how well left there by Hawkesby. And crept into the bottom left. Her second of the campaign.
Beautiful finish. Handcuff can't do anything about that. Ultimately, defenders should have picked up, but everything was done so well and so cleanly by Sydney there. Excellent goal. Great team goal.
A good opportunity for Deborah Ann Delahaye to start in the heart of defence for Sydney. Had a great year last year with Perth Glory.
Great
Hawkesby driving forward. Abini. Marked by 11. Abini does well. Abini still not enough on the cross there.
Oh, such a good opportunity for a cutback there. Great drive, though, by Abini. So this is what we've been talking about. She drove on the outside of the player. She's driven towards the goal, and then it was then making the decision to cut back. So here she's driven to the byline. She goes, now she has to make the decision. There's 3 Brisbane players plus handcuff. Best option there is to cut back there.
Hawkesby. Now on the other side. Handcuff punching away. Sarah Hunter rising. Haley still alive. And Rankin able to clear for the moment. Charlie's rule. Marked by Palmer and Fryer. Charlie's rule will do well to get a corner out of it. And she does. Really the only option there. It was a good ball by Hawkesby. Rankin looking for the switch, finding Shay Connors. It's a good ball from Rankin. Connors now driving to the byline. Still with it is Connors. Connors still now. Options in the middle. Wyman able to hang on just.
Honestly, I was tearing my hair out with her decision-making there, but she still managed to get the ball, so I'm very grateful for that. Happy to be proven wrong in that instance as well, but great job by her.
This is lovely from Sydney. Hunter through for Haley. Haley, that is brilliant. Madison Haley still going. Madison Haley!
What a finish!
Oh my word!
That is individual brilliance. I mean, yeah.
That is sensational from the American to grab her second of the game and third of the season. Finishes do not get better than that.
That was beautiful, absolutely beautiful. We look at the run across the defender. She's lost Rankin. Rankin's got no hope there. And she's just toe chipped it over the top of her.
That is the cheekiest of cheek from Madison Haley, and putting Jamila Rankin all at sea there. Wow.
This is what we love to see. We want to see goals like this. We want to see entertainment, and Madison Haley has brought that to the A-League W. What a finish.
Good first time ball, but as we were chatting about before, Riley Dobson, Larissa Crummer. Now we're near it. Hawkesby. Obini striking.
Great fingertip there.
Great save.
Great fingertip there by Handcuff. Great save. And this is why she is, I would say at this point in time, one of the best keepers that we have in the A-League W. Her technique is fantastic. But this was a great ball by Hawkesby, even though it was slightly behind Obini. Obini made the right decision to actually have that shot from out wide with the players backing off.
Hawkesby now. Good cross. Rashard heading away. Now Sydney with the strike. And it was good from the left-hand side. But Handcuff meeting it from Charlie McLean.
Madison Haley's in great positioning between there. You can see that. What a touch. She's going to lay this off. Oh, no.
Haley still going. Russia. Just happy to see the sideline there.
Brisbane Roar's defence, when they're in at halftime, are going to have a very, very frank chat about how they're going to manage Haley up front. She's getting in between them and off shoulders. They've got no idea where she is.
The delivery from Holman. Haley! Haley! Almost one of the great hat tricks.
She has all the confidence in the world right now, and rightly so. She's taken it on her chest. She's just gone, you know what? Let's just lean back and give this a go.
Line unable to control it, but they do get the throw-in, but it will be the last action of the first half. Well, in the first half here at Allianz Stadium, as the Madison Haley show, 2 goals to the American, including a sensational second. All the traffic going the way of Sydney in the first half as it ends. Sydney 2, Brisbane 0. Can she get a hat-trick in the second half?
I honestly think she can. If Ante is smart about it, he leaves her on to just demolish Brisbane, because Brisbane just look lackluster out there right now. The midfield are just not present. I need to see Holly Palmer more on the ball, and look, they just need to do more.
We are underway for the second stanza here at Allianz, the first Liberty A-League game at the newly built stadium. And it may be a little bit too early, Riley Dobson, but is Madison Haley putting herself in the shot window for the World Cup?
100%. This is why Americans come to Australia. They come here to prove a point, to showcase themselves, and we've seen that time and time again. Look at the likes of Lynn Williams. She did it a few seasons ago as well, and she's now Ash Hatch.
As Fryer delivering Crummer.
What a ball.
And Wyman able to hang on. Campbell Johnson and Riley Dobson in commentary here at Allianz Stadium on a beautiful Saturday afternoon. Won by Norrie. Rabin. Norrie still won by Sydney. Hunter. Haley laying it off. Sarah Hunter striking. But going wide, it was a nice bit of interplay between the midfield and attack. You just saw exactly what Sarah Hunter thought of her effort.
She was very passionate about that miss.
For Sydney. And Crummer playing on the right-hand side of the attack now. Great work there by Connors, still going, teeing it up. Margot Rabin, the substitute, caught up. Still alive. Norrie. Won well by Hunter, but Brisbane still with it. Here's Connors with the strike. Wyman holding on to it. Not enough power there from Shay Connors, only into the arms of one of the competition's best goalkeepers, if not the best. And Margot Rabin just getting it a bit tangled up in her feet there.
Oh, look, you hate as a striker when that happens. It just, you've overrun it slightly and the ball just hasn't fallen where it should.
Too eager. Headed on by Rabin. It's a great not on as well if it can be chased down by Rashard. Very far from home. And Sydney looking to take advantage. Well, the right back is out. That is a brilliant run, a brilliant ball, and Handcuff is so far away, but not forced to make a save, not punished. And Mackenzie Hawkesby.
Was a run by Hawkesby.
One by Fenton, but straight into Sarah Hunter. Felt it a bit, and Connors does really well to get around Fenton. And a great challenge there by Shay Holman, the 17-year-old. Having a stellar game and a stellar start to the season.
Love that run by Shay Connors. Great energy, particularly still this, there's still plenty of time left in the game, and the fact that she's happy to keep driving, keep trying to win free kicks and throw-ins for her team. That's what they need.
Rashard has a very long throw-in, and we'll see it here for sure. Rashard. Great throw-in, falls down now. She'll get another chance to deliver. This time off the boot, it's a great ball. But Wyman in the perfect spot. Hunter. And that ball in from Rashard was just asking to be punished. But no one from Brisbane able to do so. Vine with a sensational ball. Great save from Hawkesby. Hawkesby again. Handcuff sensational on the save. And Brisbane once again get away with murder.
I'm sorry, this is why Handcuff is the #1 goalkeeper. Regardless of stats at the moment, this is why she's the #1 goalkeeper in the A-League W at the moment.
In for Crummer. Does really well, does Crummer, to bring it down and forge a Brisbane attack. Plenty of orange shirts forward. Headed away by McLean.
She had two players in the middle of nowhere she could have passed to who were in a great position, and she's chosen to just wolf it into the box. Now we've got Shay Connors, who's hurting a bit. If we look back here, takes a touch, last minute, looks like a cork to the outside of the leg.
And the ball in now from Palmer. Headed down by McLean, but it'll go out for a corner. And one of Brisbane's first of the game.
It is their first.
I thought it might be.
It is their one and only. I don't even know how many corners Sydney have had now. I think the last count was 12, maybe. Oh, there we go. We've had 11-1. So let's see. Holly Palmer's well known for being able to whip these in on the keeper.
Palmer. Abini.
Has to make it over that first defender.
Palmer again. Kaiser Lind. Can it make its way in? Just can't. Goes wide. It was Brisbane's chance to get one back and perhaps forge a comeback. Seamson. This is great from Sydney. It's a good ball in from Hunter. Abini has options in the middle. Seamson continuing her run. Big challenge from Rankin. And clean.
No, that actually should be a yellow card to Seamson for assimilation there. This is what's really destroying the game in both the men and the female. If I was the referee right now, that is assimilation every day. It's poor form. Great tackle by Rankin. Clear, got the ball. That's what you want from a defender.
And the ball in. Punched away by Handcuff. Hunter striking. And Connors coming away with it for Brisbane. Goes past one. Goes past two.
Here she
Shay
goes.
Connors.
She's on her bike. I love this.
Connors delivering. And the touch from Shay Holman results in a corner for Brisbane.
Here
As we
go.
have another look back at it here.
Great win. She's dove straight over the top. Rankin, excellent tackle from your centre defender.
And now, Norrie. Can she wind up or tee up a teammate? Waited too long. Rankin striking now.
It's one of those crowd pleasers. It's a waste of an opportunity. It's a waste of a ball. Put your foot on it.
She gets her chance. She's been a part of 2 games so far this season for Sydney. Rabin in for Crummer. McLean. Crummer does really well. Crummer teeing it up. Has to score. Palmer hits the woodwork. right on the corner of the upright and the crossbar. And it does not get closer for Holly Palmer and the Brisbane Roar. That sums up their afternoon.
Everything was going so nicely there. However, bottom corner. The hardest place for a goalkeeper is the bottom corner. Beautiful play so far.
Driving forward the fullback. Rabin unable to control it. The former Canberra United player. And Sydney go the other way on the break. Simpson, what magic can she conjure? Tries to deliver it into the box to the run of Vine. Tees it up now. The strike, brilliant.
What a finish.
Oh my word. Sarah Hunter, that is sensational.
You've got to be proud of that. The placement of that, the time, the fact that she was in the space, that is class. And look, handcuff, she can tell that was not one she was going to save.
That is up where the spiders live from Sarah Hunter. And Sydney driving now. Rule waiting for options. Vine out wide. Fairly quiet this afternoon. Rule gets it back. The volley from Rule. Simpson makes it 4. And Sydney FC are flying at Allianz Stadium.
Tell you what, there has been a lot of cheeky moments at this point in time. You look at, there's a chip from Courtney Vine here. There's the little one in. Here we go. So we've got Rule. She plays it out to Courtney, who puts her foot on the ball and goes, look, can't do it. We're going to do a chip. She's then going to do the same thing back and just a little bit of placement. That's what you want from your striker, there to finish.
Well, Sydney had only scored 2 goals in the season so far. They've now got their 4th in this game alone. A brilliant ball. Crummer. Can Brisbane get a consolation? Crummer straight into traffic, throws down the 17-year-old Shay Holman.
Great
they get the advantage.
Play.
Sydney. Courtney Vine, can she get in on the action? Vine now. Saved by handcuff.
Can we just say, great advantage there by the referee. The shove, most referees will pull that up as soon as you happen. Great play. They were able to break quickly, and they've almost got a goal out of it.
23 shots for Sydney. Dominant. Stanich Floody delivering. Near post now, headed on by a Brisbane player. Simpson almost beats handcuff at the near post, and could have been the last involvement of the game. It'll be another corner. Getting a touch off a Brisbane player on its way through.
Do we have another goal here, Campbell?
Sure, Sydney will be hoping so. Have yet to really capitalise from their corners. Have Sydney, and they've had plenty of them. Vine will be happy with this against their former side. The delivery now. Deep for Sydney. Sarah Hunter flicked on by Courtney Vine, forcing a save.
Wow.
And we'll get another.
And
that will be full time here at Allianz Stadium. Hensley handcuffed down. A 4-star performance from Sydney FC, completely dominating in their first game at the Sydney Football Stadium, the newly built Sydney Football Stadium. But a dominant afternoon from all involved, with some late goals as well to add insult to injury. It ends at Allianz Stadium. Sydney 4, Brisbane 0.